Hey guys, so I just wanted to make this short video. You can see on the screen here it says case study results. Now this is referring to an assignment that I did with SEMrush. And so you can see I blocked out the URLs for privacy reasons. And you can see the top three says chunk, chunked, and control. So essentially the purpose of this study is to see the difference in the performance of content, specifically blog content, when it's optimized for AI engines and when it's not optimized. So those that are chunked are optimized and those that are control are not. And so what you'll also get out of this video is how to optimize content, speaking about articles, speaking about blog content for AI searches. So you can see the change dates here, and we'll look into some of the differences. So again, we'll just focus on these top three just to keep things simple. And you can see here, so we're looking at the count of H2s. So those that are chunked, and chunked refers to breaking down the article into small sections so that it's easier for AI to read, right? I've explained before that when a Google's AI mode, for example, does the query fan out and pulls the relevant documents, they're actually not looking at the entire document or pulling all of that information. They're looking at chunks of text on those respective documents. So that's why you want to chunk the content, right? Again, break it down into smaller sections to make it more palatable for AI search engines. So with that said, those that are chunked have more, as you can see here, H2s. You can see that the sections are shorter, and you can see that those that are, again, optimized for AI do have TLDRs. TLDR referring to too long don't reads, or you could say also key takeaways, which is a section typically at the top of a blog that just summarizes what the blog's purpose is and the contents of the blog, right? So AI loves that because it loves to quickly pull the most important pieces, the most important data from blog articles. So you can see here FAQs. Again, the control has 0 FAQs and the chunked has 3 and 4 respectively. Internal links out 12 and 14, and the control has fewer. Word count, we can see that those that are chunked have higher word counts, etc., etc. So let's look at one more data point. So we see Google Search Console impressions. So pre-week 4 referring to immediately after the change was made. You can see 9,500, 10,800 respectively to 8,700. Now again, these are the impressions. So when we look at the impressions post week 8, which is to say 2 months after the optimization is done, look at the change. So we went from 9,500 to 15,500. We went from 10,800 to 18,500. And the control, what did it do? It actually went down. And there's more data here. I won't go over everything, but that's just showing you the difference or the results when a piece of content is actually optimized for AI versus those that are not. Now, obviously, these numbers are large numbers because SEMrush is a behemoth. It is the largest SEO platform in the world. So most of our numbers won't look like this, but we can still make changes that in proportion to the amount of traffic that we're currently getting to our website, even if we're a small site, are valuable and meaningful for our business, right? Now, with that being said, I also wanted to briefly show you here. This is a brief or rubric that I put together that kind of explains what was done and the difference between the content that's optimized and the content that's not optimized. So you can see here, it says AI visibility score before and after. So 35 to 63. And again, those are those that are chunked, which you see here, 9 chunked, and the control from 40 to 41 essentially, right? So it barely went up at all, but the chunk content went up significantly in AI visibility. Another stat, as you can see here, inclusion in Google AI overviews, 100% improvement for the one that's chunked, 40% improvement for the control. Inclusion rate in Perplexity, 100 versus 20%. Inclusion rate in ChatGPT, 100%, 20%. And it goes on and goes on. So you can see that after the optimizations were done, the improvements were significant. And some structural takeaways: shorter sections correlate with higher AI visibility. Again, chunking, more H2s and FAQs correlate positively, more internal links, etc. And there's more information here that goes into more details, but you get the gist of it. I speak about how to optimize content for answer engines in various videos on this channel. Now, briefly, I wanted to show this again. I've showed this study before in a previous video. Now, what it's doing here is it's basically showing you the process when someone searches a query in an AI engine, the reformulation or the fan out, then it looks for the documents, and it summarizes them into the answer that it provides. And we can see here, looking at the impression metrics, the group that had no optimization did the worst, followed by those that were keyword stuffed and just had unique words added. And those that performed the best, as you can see, are those that had stats, quotations, cited their sources, fluency, right? They linked out to reputable sources, things like that, fluency optimization. So that's going to be more important than your old school, which really never was a good tactic anyway, keyword stuffing, and obviously no optimization at all, right? So one of the ways that you optimize content for answer engine optimization is to cite sources, is to link out to reputable sources, is to have internal links, is to have factual information, stats, things like that, that show that you know what you're talking about and that you are providing real value to the reader. If you have a business or a website that you'd like to improve your rankings, your traffic, your visibility in AI search engines for, go into the description box. I can run your website through a free checklist, and I'll let you know what you're missing, and you can either go and fix it yourself or me and my team can do it. All right, take care.